Tonight, the 42-year-old regime of Libyan dictator Muammar Qaddafi appears close to collapse after rebel forces enter the capital city of Tripoli. Let's take a look at the latest. Reports say rebel forces are within 2 miles of the city center. The Qaddafi regime claims 1,300 people have been killed in the fighting today. And while the rebels enter the capital to cheering crowds, there is still fierce fighting in some areas. Alex Crawford of Sky News was with the rebels as they entered Tripoli.
You get a sense of the victory, the victorious feeling that people have in the city tonight. They feel liberated, and people are just, that's water being thrown. They do that in celebration as well. And there are fireworks being lit, guns going off everywhere. It's an absolutely amazing sight.
And earlier today, Alex filed this report on the rebels' march toward the city.
This was the push onto Tripoli they'd promised. From dawn it began from Zawiya, and they moved at a cracking pace. They came from all over, joining the attack on the capital. Within hours they'd taken Judeim, the next town on from Zawiya, and a step closer to the capital. The mood was bullish. Along the way, there was no substantial resistance from the Qaddafi troops, with all the evidence suggesting many of the soldiers had ditched their uniforms and simply scarpered.
They are running like rats, so we are doing a very good job now.
It wasn't long before the next town was in control of the rebels. With Maya now secured too, it all seemed to be going far better than anyone expected. They pushed on again, coming within 1,500 metres of the 27th gate, the western doorway to Tripoli, and then the Qaddafi forces hit back.
They are being attacked by snipers who've been left behind by the Qaddafi forces, and they're just trying to take shelter and smoke them out.
Faced with rocket shelling and snipers, the rebels drew back, and quickly. But even as the Qaddafi regime was calling for negotiations and a ceasefire, the rebels were setting off again. They never expected Tripoli to be easy, but the foot soldiers can smell victory now, and they're in no mood for talking.
As we move through the capital, they are pouring out of their homes. Literally pouring out of their homes. When we first entered, there were so many people trying to get into Tripoli. There was a traffic jam, a gridlock of rebel military vehicles and civilians who'd come from outside who wanted to give them support in numbers as they entered the capital, because everyone thought there would be this massive firefight. After all, we've been hearing all day from the Qaddafi regime that they would resist, that there would be a bloodbath. Well, there hasn't been. There hasn't been so far, and there doesn't look likely to be one right now. There are hundreds of people coming out of their homes to greet this convoy of rebel soldiers, and they look like they're ready to party.
And again, that was Alex Crawford of Sky News reporting from Tripoli.